Namaste, everyone. It's Erin with Lotus Flower Wellness Temple coming to you live. I've been coming live every day just to connect, bring some love, some healing energy, some good vibes. I've been teaching some breath work and doing an intuitive reading. We are Lotus Flower Wellness Temple. We are all about harmony for humanity. So let's get right into it. All right. So today we're going to start with the breath work. It's the infinity breath. It's shaped like a figure 8. The bottom loop you're going to start with, we're going to blow all our stale air and energy out. Hold that center. And when you breathe in, you're going to breathe that upper loop and you're just going to visualize cosmic creator, purified air energy that you're breathing back into yourself. And then you're going to hold that center. And then now on the bottom loop, we're just circulating that beautiful energy back, repurifying ourselves and our energy. Let's do it. Hold that center, visualize all those different colors, and just circulate it. No one has to keep up with me. Just do your own breath. Keep up with yourself there. With each breath, you should start to feel a lot more in tune, connected to this beautiful earth that supports us. This crystal that I'm using is amethyst. It helps you to just connect back to the divine. Remember who you are. You are a divine being here having a human experience. It is very soothing energy. And just breathe it in as you're focusing on that breath. There you go. Each breath, you just start to feel a little bit more connected, a little bit more just grounded and in a flow. Flow amazing. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We're doing the infinity breath. It's shaped like a figure 8. If you want to join in, and I'm using the crystal, the amethyst, just helping everyone to feel the joy, the harmony that already exists within you. Just holding space for truth, for your authentic true self and your light. Just breathe it in. Flow amazing. Awesome. Yes, we're doing the infinity breath. All of you that would like to join in, just blow all that stale air and energy out. Hold your center. And when you breathe in that upper loop, we're just going to visualize beautiful cosmic creator light, air, and energy that we're purifying or repurifying ourselves with. Just holding space for your truth. Making room in there, clearing out the thoughts, and making room to hear your higher self, your resonance with the message that we're about to have here. So I'm going to get right into that. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to take one of these. And I just want to say thank you all for joining again. We are just one big happy family here. We're just a community that supports each other on our paths of getting back to our authentic truth. And so we are all about harmony for humanity. There we go. We're going to take 2 of those. We're going to get one mudra. Let's go with this one. And then we're going to get one of these. 2 of those. 1 of these. And then we're going to do a Reiki healing of the mind. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so first out, the law of attraction. As the law of attraction vibrates at a particular frequency, it attracts and resonates with other things vibrating at that very same frequency, including your thoughts. It works for everyone at all times, attracting into their lives whatever they focus on the most, whether it is positive or negative. So what the divine really wants you to realize is that we're all creators. We are creating all of the time. So what you think about, what your attention and your focus is on, is where you're putting your power. And so when you can start to make that shift and you can start to focus on more positive things, as opposed to what you don't want. So if you don't want something, don't focus on it as much, right? Focus on what you actually want. Focus on the positive outcomes and see that. And then that is what your attention, your energy, your power is drawing in by the law of attraction. So yay, thank you. Next up, we have restless energy. Okay, yes, there are some of us out here that have some restless energy. There's something unfinished within you. So you may find that you're just stirring about sometimes and you just don't know what to do with that energy. Well, the divine is reminding you also with this, the law of attraction. Find something that you can focus on that is in alignment with what you want to pull in to your reality. So if you've got a lot of energy and you are not applying it and targeting it towards something and it's restless, that is a good opportunity to take and direct that energy into something that you want, something that you choose. So if you have that energy, be creative. Pull out a pen and a paper, start journaling, or paint a picture, play some music, do something positive, creative with that energy, and you're going to find that instead of it being burdensome, that it is actually going to be uplifting and helping to draw in some of these things that you do desire in your life. Next up, we have vibrancy, the Queen of Wands. So this is very energetic, very strong, very courageous, passionate energy. Yes. So with that high energy that some of us are having right now, and it's restless, if you can start to do exactly what we're saying, channel it into something that you want, and you will be using that. And because you're using your choice, because you're taking what you already are in that moment and you're applying it into something that you want, that is very powerful. And the Queen of Wands is all about that power, right, of creation. So definitely use that energy for the good. And then we have intuition, right? So know thyself, right? Many of you maybe don't really know, yourself very well. We sometimes wear masks to fit in with people. We started very young, having to listen to our parents that said, oh, don't do that. Or somebody saying, oh, you're too much. Well, the divine is saying, you are special, unique for a reason. Your higher self is always percolating great ideas, love up to you. Start listening. Start tapping into that intuition. When you use it, it grows like any muscle, right? So if you are like, after the fact, oh, I had a feeling before about my keys, but I didn't do this with them. And then now I realized I needed those keys when I got this place, right? So sure, many times you've realized when you've missed that call, right? After the fact, dang it, I already knew that. So when you get that intuition about things, no matter how silly it may be, listen And the more that you use it, the more that you trust it, the more it is going to guide you for your highest good and your highest timeline. The soul is all about ascension. The ego does this number. The soul is, it remembers who it is, where it came from, what it's here to do. So, and it's trying to help you remember that about yourself, that you are that divine being. So start listening. And then we have isolation. Yes. Okay. So, sometimes as we're going through this shift and change, we're getting back to our authentic true self. There may be times when you do need to isolate yourself, take yourself away from big crowds and, have more quiet space, more time to get to know yourself and cultivate that relationship with your soul, with your higher self. And so, no one's trapped here. No one's anxiety can feel very real. This is a whole nother side note, because there are people out there having a lot of anxiety, feeling very trapped. You can make decisions. You can do things that can support you in making shifts and changes. So, but on the other flip side of it is this isolation. When you're going through a spiritual awakening, it is important to take time to yourself, to get to know yourself, to have that time to work through your the story that you told yourself. That as you start to awaken, as you start to get more aware and expand your consciousness, you realize, well, this is true now, and I know this, I resonate with it. So that can't really be as true as I once thought it was. So it just taking some time to work through some of your belief systems and some of the things that are creating reactions. So, do the work. Put yourself alone for a bit. Make sure you have time to ground yourself and just really get to know yourself again and get to a place where you can start to fall in love with yourself, because you're meant to love yourself. That is where that love grows from. Is first it starts here, and then it can expand outward to everyone. Okay, so today's mudra is the eternal change. Eternal change. So if you hold your hands in front of your chest with the right palm facing outwards, the right hand is on the little is a little higher than the left hand, which is facing inwards. There is time for the rain and the storm, which then passes. It is just the same with suffering and pain. It is a help if we simply try to accept the pain in spite of everything, to make the best of the here and now. Then that is going to be a lot better. So it's about not running from it, but saying, like, what are you trying to say to me? It's a messenger. What are you trying to teach me? Why does this cycle keep coming back up? Why do I keep going through this? Have that conversation with your higher self. Discern, ask yourself, ask that thing that is harping on you. What are you trying to say to me? What is this message that I am not receiving? Send me a sign. Let me know. But this mudra right here can definitely help you in that way. And it's called the mudra of the Wheel of Life. Next up, we have Remember. Soul Plan, the fated life versus destiny life. All right, yes. So I remember. So essentially the divine is saying we are divine beings here having a human experience. So as you start to tap in to your truth, you're going to realize a lot of the things you think you're learning is actually, wow, it's a remembrance. It's a remembrance of our divinity, of our collective consciousness, our knowing, that inner guidance. So we are not alone. We have made this plan. We are here for a reason. We are here for each other, to support and love each other with an open heart and an open mind, holding space first for ourselves. That's where it comes from, is when you start to allow yourself to be authentic and true, and you start to not stop your, when, so many times when humans start to stop themselves from saying things that they desire to say, or acting or wearing an outfit that you think, oh well, maybe that's too much, people aren't going to like it. Just be yourself, and as you hold this space for yourself, it's going to magnetize and bring things of that same vibration, and you're going to have a lot of love to give. You're going to have a lot more to share when you start to support yourself. So it's so beautiful. Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Yes, we are here for each other, and some of us are a little further on our paths than others. Some people may be still at a different level of awareness, and so we are here to support each other without judgment. And so if you know other people and you're like, wow, they just maybe don't see things the same way I do, and that's okay. They are on a different part of their path, and that's okay. Their path is completely different than yours. But being loving, compassionate, and non-judgmental, just holding space for where they are. It takes all kinds. We don't want a divine traffic jam anyway, right? If we were all getting it at the same time, what a traffic jam it would be, right? So I'm always making that joke. So yes, there's a reason for the things and how they go. There's a reason for divine timing. There's a reason why we do go in certain cycles, and when you've had enough, when you're ready to blast through that one to move to the next level, it's going to happen. You're going to be the one that says, okay, ready to let this go. I'm moving forward. I'm moving on. And so that is a big turning point for you. And then that shift happens, and then you move up to another level. Of course, there's going to be more things to experience and learn, but you are moving up in your consciousness and in your vibration as you do that. And we do have to let some things go so that we can continue to grow in our energy and our light. And then we have justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help, right? We already talking about this with that we're here for each other. Well, some of you have a job that is something in alignment with bringing justice and fairness to others, and that could be anything. It could be even like me personally. I'm a spiritual teacher, and I support people on their path, and frankly, it would be very unfair to to be all alone on this journey. So the divine makes sure that we have support. There is resources, there is help, and you're not alone. So, but the divine is reminding you, no matter what job you have, you can be that light, that support, that fairness, that compassion to people, even if you are just whatever your job or your career could be. And then last but not least, we have evolve into your next becoming. Yes. Well, isn't that just perfect and perfectly in alignment? Yeah. So as you're doing this work, as you're getting back to your authentic true self, and you're doing this work, and you are being honest and real with yourself, you're doing that self inventory. You're starting to rise up. Look at that little frog. He's climbing up. And you start rising up. You realize that, when one door closes, another one opens. So taking change with grace. It's exciting. So I'm a Leo, and I'm all about the excitement in change. But a lot of humans are not so excited about change. They kind of cling on to certain things. But when you can start to get more in the energy of being excited about new things coming in, then you're going to have a lot more harmonious life, because that is one certain thing, is that things change. That's how it's all set. It does change. So being fine with that and trusting that the divine is flowing in a perfect harmony. And so when you can be in a vibration with that, then you know you're on your right path and you're able to move forward in a way where you're not trying to hold on to everything that you ever knew, everything that you ever. Can you imagine just dragging tons of bags with you everywhere you go, and you wouldn't really get that far, right? Because you just have so much baggage. It's kind of like that. You have to let some things go in order to progress on your path. So I just want to encourage all of you to just keep on keeping on. You're so beautiful. You are not alone. You are watched out for and loved. And even if you think you're not as special as you are. There's a unique thing about you that makes and sets you aside from everyone else. So honor that and just love who you are and start shining your beautiful light the way you're meant to. So I would like to extend an offer to everyone here today to join us on Sundays at 2:30 every Sunday, and that's Eastern time. 2:30 every Sunday. We go live on YouTube, and I teach breath work, meditation, mindfulness principles. And if you're local in Tallahassee, or you can get to Tallahassee and want to come in person, that's perfect. We're at 625-13 Railroad Square. So yes, I'd love to see you there on the live or in person. And then we do a little podcast afterwards where the people that join in person can share their voice, their personal perspective on what we talked about, and integration from week to week. So it's quite amazing. And so if you're not a member, if you're not joined up on the YouTube channel yet, check it out and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll know when we go live. If you are joining on Facebook, you can definitely check it out by going onto our website, lotusflowerwellnesstemple.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's where you're going to find our link to our YouTube. So we love you all. Thank you so much. You are not alone. You are very supported. And if you want to support the work that we do, there's the link in the actual bio that will tell you how to do that. We are looking for some community impact partners for a gala that we're doing, a wellness gala in December. So we really would appreciate the support. If you can do so, please do. And just help us do what we do. We share love. We share healing. We share resources for the world and the community to help you on your path. So, all right, we come live every day, and this is it for today, but I will see you tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining, everyone.